Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Or more a very dishonest group of individuals. Because me can say at force on him the realities on the ground. On him, but because of dishonesty, any political expediency. So cheap political propaganda keke. Yeka economy a enye de NDC for be ye econo omo ankasa nim. And indeed in 2020 elections no EIU the Economic Intelligence Unit omo survey every year be omo ye survey na omo kire party a obewini and party bia na strength EIU so no enye say Ghana ha na ewo UK. Very, very impartial. See, when it comes to the economy, that is where the strength of NPP lies. And that is the weakness of the NDC. And that if the economy was to be used as the yardstick in measuring who wins the election, now NPP would win the election. This was almost focus. They almost predicted. Because they also say the strength of NDC also lies in infrastructure. But it's not quite debatable. Because the infrastructure debate baha, NDC will run away. But you see, yeka economy obianim. Ye befa this country. Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ebe take the reins of government as the president. Now this economy was growing at a paltry 3.4% growth. In 2016, at the end of 2016, the growth of this country, this economy, was 3.4%. 2017, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo taking over. We moved from 8.1%, 7.4%, another 7%, an average of 7% growth. It was not only the fastest growing economy in Africa, but in the world.
It is not true.
In the world.
It is not true.
Oko IMF website, oko other site, the rating agency, Moody, Standard and Poor,
You prove it here.
any Omoamokakaono, they all rated Ghana better than it was under John Dramani Mahama. Indeed, say a job creation under John Dramani Mahama, they had, put their hands in despair. They say, Omudi SSA, Ajigong, there is nothing Ombetima Yebium. Inti yenina yembra yenko senchi. Na yenko formulating homegrown policies. Omufre obia. Mu party kra Adakabre party presidential candidate. She was also there. So here. And all these people were there just to formulate say John Dramani Mahama ni NDC omuni idea bianti. Everybody went there. They formulated the homegrown policies. They submitted the homegrown policies to IMF for extended credit facility, which was $918 million. And in as part of the conditionalities, there was a freeze on public sector employment. And then Papa John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama will take government no na your debt from Kwame Nkrumah up to John Dramani Mahama and Professor Mills no. Now it was $9.5 million. The Ghana cedis. In dollars no, it was 8.5. Because that another dollar need see the difference no and what be but it was 9.5 million. Move from 9.5 up to 122. Who calculated the percentage leaper? And we are talking about the situation now. Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, as part of debt here in Kenya. You see, even some of the debt were to even retire more debt to Nibi. Ya popusia akotua de mu boto dada no. Nti mudi de yebo busia na yebo no. Calculate say ye na ekobo ye. Meanwhile, mu busia na mu bo no nyina ye na etua. Afei ena mu busia NDC John Dramani Mahama busia bebrebe na obono afi na bebre mature yetua, and we are even paying interest on omu loans, and we pay about 20 billion on interest of John Dramani Mahama loans omu bo car omu di answer omu bo my answer na yeko. And you sit here and say what? Say Agric. Before you are taking over Agric was growing at a paltry, a shameless, a shameful 0.4% under John Dramani Mahama. 0.04% growth of agriculture. Without COVID, without nothing. It was only cholera. About 220 people died because we couldn't even manage cholera. Tell us here. If you are talking about, see, at the time, about NDC debt, before Crown will leave power, debt to GDP ratio rose up to 74% growth. 74%, no, that time, no, we were described as debt distressed country because we were not under any pandemic. We were not under any pandemic. And net debt to GDP ratio has risen to almost 79%. But there's a reason, because the whole world is really under the devastating effect of COVID-19. It's UK cry, almost debt to GDP is 99%. US is over 100%. Even China, almighty China, right? Yeah, almost getting to 80%.
So the NDC saying,
me say 79, almost 79%.
Okay.
Because I'm saying, we are not in normal times. When you are so we are analysis. You do analysis based on period now. Pandemic na amba. And Usha's period now. Nobody can tell you, say, NPP will have outperformed NDC by far. Omun benye kura. It say honey what? In terms of the performance of the economy and the NPP, and the NDC. We were talking about planting for food and jobs here. Planting for food and job and the NDC. Can you tell me a programmer, NDC for a year, employ even one person within the agriculture sector? Even on more budgetary allocations, and back those days, on more budget say, okay, agriculture, you have 100 million. By the end of the fiscal year, no, not even 20 million crown buy. And you are now sitting here to say, where is Baumia? Wako Prater House he was at UPSA, and indeed he talked about the economy. He talked about the digitalization program because it is linked to the economy. Because revenue generation is prevention of corruption is part of the economy. And he is deep in it, ensuring, say, we plug all the loopholes, sir. Blocking your revenue. I'm saying that say about the economy, say about the reasons why borrow. You see, borrowing no. The same no yet. If you go to the bond market and if you go to the market to go and borrow, and I call bank say yenko bobusia. Sika me no be bono. Be kwa kwagye. It will be different from sika don't go take. So no so kwa obeje. Nti utimi ka say, oh don't go take bobusia dodo. I didn't know kwa bobusia see me. It has to do with repayment, debt servicing ability. And that is what is being calculated in this sense, debt to GDP ratio. We are talking about the situation now, because the economy to me expanded the base of the economy now. It gives you room to borrow more. But if you shrink the economy, like under the NDC, where the economy was not even growing at a point, in dollar terms, the economy was shrinking. Under the NDC, in fact, if we had not taken over government from the NDC, by this time, the NDC would have dissipated all even the depreciation of the city under the NDC. And then you can say the city end depreciating, but it is depreciating at a slow rate. Within the NDC, city to dollar, 1:1. 1 cedi $1. and a German NDC for. By the time Ghanaians Omani free or same day man and I don't know. Now the cedi to dollar is 1:4.2. 1:4.2. Within 5 years, because industrialized country, you cannot hold the city. You cannot hold it to depreciate everywhere in Africa. Or currency depreciate. But the way I will be holding and the bachelor and I'm saying 4.2 now up to now it is still hovering around 5.something 5.8. NDC now do 9 and not 10 cry. And they turn around because of politics. Say a common DNT young kaka being gum ne young confusing Ghanaians. Then created the impression said not don't go for the government any. But I'm saying this everything was moving on the right direction until COVID came. But even with COVID, do you know, Agric this year, last year, 2020, grew by 7.4%. The whole 8 years of NDC, they should tell us. Agric never even grew 3% under the NDC, the whole of the 8 years. But even here, under COVID-19, Agric grew by 7.4%. And then you come and sit here and say what? Plenty for food and job. The first year, it created jobs, direct and indirect. It created 740,000 jobs.
Where are they?
740,000. The next year, 2018, we created 900,000. And in 2020, because of COVID,
900,000 jobs. 700,000 jobs.
Yes. 750,000. You win with agriculture, you won. Usi na mo distribute inputs. Inputs na mo distribute na ye kwachi NDC executives over the north. Omo chiche fertilizer, omo de smuggle into the Burkina Faso. And you don't come and sit here because Ghanaians so omo nim between the two political parties. Try the NDC when it comes to corruption. Nyoma omo di sika ye. Usi hospital, Argentina, NPP, NC hospital ne sa nyoma. Do you know what we are doing? Do you know the agenda 111? You must spend 8 years. We barely started our second year. Within the next 2 years, you will see the number of hospitals. 111, even apart from the CC district, small hospitals are here. The first lady, other people are here. But I'm saying, within the 8 years of John Dramani Mahamani NDC, Omunchireye Hospital Bakua, Omuankasa, Estati, and ND.
Okay.
You see, they have not. And let me end it. Hospitals are Omubebono. J4 hospitals. Omubobi.
Okay.
But no, I started with J4, especially the Euro Digit projects. In Soko, Wa hospitals, other places, Kumasi military hospitals, and other places. Uko Bank hospitals. Uko University of Ghana hospital. Ghana East hospitals. Nina did not start with them.
Right.
And indeed, the university.
So I restate the question. What's
Utie Oha Exi Ponkno Needs FM.